Jason Bourne is the newest installment in the Bourne franchise, and it stars Matt Damon, Alicia Vikander, and Tommy Lee Jones. In the film, Jason Bourne learns more disturbing news about his past and goes on a revenge path to find out who is responsible. Now, I was very excited for this movie. The original Bourne trilogy is one of my favorite trilogies of all time. I mean, as you can see right here. And I have not seen the Bourne Legacy, and from what I've heard, it's really not worth seeing. But when I heard that both director Paul Greengrass and Matt Damon were back for this one, I was so ready for it. And I liked this movie, but I'm going to be honest, I was pretty disappointed with it because when you compare it to the other three movies in the original trilogy, it just does not hold up. Now, before I get too negative, let's talk about what I did like with this movie, and one of the biggest things was Matt Damon reprising his role as Jason Bourne. He was fantastic once again as this character, and even though he's like 10 years older than this one, he can still kick some serious butt. It was just a lot of fun to watch him play cat and mouse again. Alicia Vikander was also great in this movie, especially when you consider that her character did not have really much background, so she didn't have a whole lot to work with. The back and forth between her and Bourne was so entertaining to watch, and I really loved how it progressed throughout the entire movie. And the action was also really well done, although there wasn't as much as I was expecting it to have. And the final action scene is incredible, and it really leaves you with a lasting impression. But yeah, I just wish there would have been more spread throughout the film. And once again, Paul Greengrass shows us that he is one of the few directors that knows how to properly use shaky cam. He knows how to pick the moments when to use it. That way it enhances the scenes and it makes you feel like you are actually there. And the ending, without spoiling anything, is great, and it really redeemed a lot of the movie for me because now I am looking forward to the sequel because they set it up so nicely. One of my biggest negatives with this movie is the story. It is not nearly as enthralling or interesting as the other three in the trilogy. And what that does, it makes the action scenes and the chase scenes much less intense. And for me, I kind of wish Jason Bourne at this point could just know everything and we could just move on with his character's story. There is also this subplot on social media that just slows the film down immensely. All the scenes about it felt out of place and just took you out of the film. Like there was actually a couple moments when I was sitting there thinking, I am actually bored in a Bourne film? What? And the dialogue, it is not nearly as clever as it is in the other three films. And there is this one scene in particular where the dialogue is so wooden, it was actually kind of painful to watch. And finally, and this is kind of a nitpick, but there was a lot of telling the audience information by pointing to a computer screen and showing you like a headline or something. And I mean, it didn't just happen once or twice, it happened quite a bit. I mean, there are more clever and different ways that you can tell the audience information than just pointing at a computer screen. Overall, this is a decent action movie that sets up really well for a sequel, but because of a subpar story and weak dialogue, it just does not hold up when compared to the other three films in the trilogy. So for me, it was quite a letdown. But if you are a fan of the Bourne films, definitely go check it out. I'm going to give Jason Bourne a B-. If you have seen the film, let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, or you can just click right here to see more.